So this week's responding to your comments is on canker sores, or as we call it in the UK, mouth ulcers. Chloe269 asks, "Howdy Abraham, please make a video on how to get rid of a canker sore. I have one right now and it's so painful." Well, what are we waiting for? Hit that like button if you're fired up for this, and let's go. So canker sores are painful sores inside the mouth. They're usually red or yellow in color, and they usually leave a crater, which exposes your pain centers, and that's why these little bad boys are so painful. The good news is though, these little bad boys usually heal on their own within 10 to 14 days. And the even better news is, I'm gonna teach you how to speed up recovery and get rid of that canker sore. Okay, so let's dive straight into tip number one. This is one that everyone can do at home with common household ingredients. It reduces the inflammation of the canker sore and it helps dry out the canker sore, and here's how you do it. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup, add salt, boil kettle, add hot water to your salt, mix, and your saline solution is now ready. And now that your saline solution or saltwater solution, whatever you want to call it, is ready, go and stand over a sink because this bit is messy. Let it cool down so you don't burn yourself. Take a sip, swish it around your mouth like a mouthwash basically for about 15 to 30 seconds and then spit it out. You can do this as often as you need for relief, but please do remember it will sting a little the first few times when you do it. Okay, so let's dive into tip number two. If you've got an active canker sore right now, you need to avoid hot foods, you need to avoid spicy foods, and avoid acidic foods, so like citrus fruits, okay? Also, you need to avoid foods that are coarse in texture, like potato chips or toast, for example. And most importantly, you need to avoid chewing gum. All of this is basically to promote healing. If you're gonna be doing all of that, it's gonna make things worse, it's gonna aggravate it and reduce the healing. Now moving straight on to tip number three, you need to remember sodium lauryl sulfate. We call it SLS for short. Make sure your toothpaste does not include this ingredient, and also make sure your toothbrush is always a soft bristle one. The reason I'm telling you all of this is we don't want to aggravate the area. We want to promote healing, and all of these things are going to reduce healing and make it a lot harder to heal and for you to recover from your canker sore. And moving straight on to tip number four, steroid lozenges. These can be really effective at reducing the inflammation, reducing the pain, and speeding up the recovery of the canker sore. A lozenge is basically a boiled sweet that has steroid in it, so you can only get these from your local chemist. And moving swiftly on to tip number five, chlorhexidine mouthwash. This can be really effective to be used as a mouthwash, so swish it around your mouth, and it can help reduce the pain, it can help reduce the actual risk of it getting infected, the canker sore, and increase recovery time. So it can be very effective. Again, you'll need to get it from your community pharmacy, and with all medications, always speak to your community pharmacist or healthcare professional to make sure you're safe and suitable to use it. And here's a top tip from me when you are using chlorhexidine mouthwash. Please remember it's very, very strong and it can leave a metallic taste in your mouth for a couple of hours after using it. So to prevent this, I always recommend that with the cap that you get with it, I don't have one in my hand, but let's say that's the cap, 50% of it pour the actual chlorhexidine solution and the other 50% pour water in it to dilute it, just to make it easier on the mouth. Now, if you found this information helpful today, show some love and donate our team a cup of coffee. Simply press the thanks button below and donate whatever you can, because your support will help us create more medical videos just like this one, sending awesome vibes.